I keep hearing about scaling my business. What is that? And how can I do it? Hi entrepreneurs, I'm Vicky Brown, and you're in the right place if you want to engage your team, boost your business, and grow your leadership muscle. Now I bet you hear the term scale your business all the time, but have you ever stopped to think about what it actually means? Isn't it the same as growing your business? Well, actually no. Growth is more linear. You add resources in the form of money or team members or technology, and as a result, your revenue increases. So for a service business, you add media managers to your marketing team, and as a result, you can take on more clients. That's growth. But in contrast, scaling is when your revenues increase without significant increases in your resources. So, your marketing business develops and sells online classes explaining how businesses can manage their own media. Well, now that's scaling. Now, don't get me wrong, growth is wonderful, and it's absolutely vital in the early stages of your service business. After all, you're growing from nothing to something, so growth is the ticket. Yes, it means an investment of money, time, resources, or all three, but I think it's vital to establishing your business and getting your feet wet in the pool of becoming a CEO. But at the end of the day, incremental growth takes a lot of resources. And sustaining consistent growth, year-over-year growth, well, that takes a whole lot of resources. And it gets more difficult as time goes by. Adding 25% more clients is a lot easier when you're talking about increasing from 8 clients to 10. After all, you're only talking about adding 2 clients. But if you have 100 clients, a 25% increase means you have to win 25 more clients, and that will take a lot more resources, both to win them and to service them. So at some point, consistent growth becomes a bit of a slog, and the increases begin to have less and less impact. So, sooner or later, you'll find yourself facing the question of should you scale your business. Now, there are lots of thoughts around this, and so many people say start out scaling the business right from the outset. I'm of a slightly different mind. I say let your business mature a bit in the early stages. Get your people, process, and market aligned. Grow slowly so you have a nice foundation under you. But then, if you want to achieve world domination, you're going to have to incorporate some scaling strategies. Scaling speeds up your company's growth while preserving cash and other resources. To put it in plain language, make more money and keep more money. So yes, you want to grow fast and hang on to resources. But keep in mind that, according to Entrepreneur Magazine, 2/3 of the fastest growing companies fail. In fact, growing too quickly can be just as much of a problem as growing too slowly. Why? Well, because it's easy to overreach, expand into new products or services without enough research into the market or the right strategy to reach that market. So let's go back to our marketing course example. Suppose you get all excited at the prospect of scaling. I'm going to create and sell courses to business owners, and if building 1 course is good, then building 10 courses will be even better. Now sure, it may not cost you a lot of direct money to build the courses, but it will be a significant time investment, at least in the beginning. And you'll have to keep the courses updated, and you'll have to nurture an audience to buy the courses. And if you do all that before or without the right research into who your market is, where they are, and how you can most effectively communicate with them, well, you could easily end up with 10 beautiful courses and no students. And the time and effort you used to create the courses actually took you away from managing the slower, steady growth of your company. So you put the company's growth in jeopardy because you were pursuing scaling in a reckless way. So, how can you be smart about scaling? Well, first, focus on steady growth. Get your process, people, and market in order. Be sure you understand how to find, target, and talk to your audience. And make sure you have proof. Proof that your company can grow successfully at a measured pace and can sustain that steady growth. Your systems and processes work. Your people are capable of managing the load. You have enough of the right resources to sustain that steady growth pace. That'll be the foundation of your company. Master that, and you'll be in good shape to start thinking about scaling. Then, once you feel good about how you can handle steady, consistent growth, then and only then, explore ways to scale your company. Because let's be honest, we need steady growth, but we love the hyperdrive of scaling. We just have to do it smartly and with a plan. Take some time and map out various strategies to scale your service business. Courses, physical products, subscription services. Write down everything you can think of that might be a scale strategy. Don't leave anything out. Nothing is too outrageous at this point in the process. You'll cull the list down later. Then, list the pros and cons of each strategy. How much will it cost? How long will it take? What additional revenue could it bring in? Again, list everything you can think of. Now we have to make the list smaller, but don't do that by crossing things off the list just yet. Assign them a timeline first. This could be done in 6 months, or it would take at least a year to get the resources to do that, or that would take 5 years, and so on. You see, once you have an idea of when something might be possible, then you can see more clearly what might be possible. If you start off by crossing things off the list right away, you might throw away ideas that are really innovative and game-changing, just because you had some vague feeling that they were impossible. Give them a few minutes to live and breathe. You'd be surprised what becomes a viable option when you give it a chance. Now you have a list on a timeline with pros and cons. Now you can start crossing things off the list. You can zap them because they're too complicated, or the payoff isn't enough for the investment, or maybe you just simply don't want to do it. If it doesn't meet your criteria, cross it off the list. So this should leave you with a good number of scale strategies that make sense and are doable. Now, enlist the help of your team. Gather your senior team members together and talk through the options and get their feedback. It'll help provide valuable insight, and it makes them invested in the process. And finally, once you've honed in on your scale strategy, make it so. Create an execution plan and get to the doing. And remember, scaling should be fun. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and share. And if you're struggling with how to get your business off the ground and what comes next, check out the Leader's Journey Business Builder. I designed this completely free video series to help you with figuring out who your customer is and where to find her, how to sell without selling, how to package and deliver your service, and much, much more. Check it out by using the link leadersjourneyexperience.com. And remember, your inspired leadership is the secret sauce to having a high-performance team and a wildly successful business you'll love. I'll see you next time on Leader's Journey.